We all know women in our lives who we deeply care about, whether it be ourselves, a friend, or our mothers. Because these women are so dear to our hearts, we want only the best for them, including the best health. Young women are typically protected against diseases that affect our hearts and blood vessels. But this protection is lost if females are on a high-fat diet, like the one shown behind me. 3 out of 4 people eat more fat than they should. With there being an outstanding 3 billion women on the planet, this is a major concern. We don't know why exactly high-fat diets put women at risk of developing these diseases, but this is where my research comes in. Based on previous research in my lab, we think that the immune system is involved in this process. Immune cells protect our bodies against invading pathogens and bacteria. While some immune cell activity is healthy, like fighting the infection from a cold or flu, high-fat diets prolong this immune cell activity and actually damage our hearts. We think that high-fat diets increase the amount of fat in our bodies that causes unwanted immune cell activity and that increases women's chances of getting these diseases. To test this, my lab maintains female rodents on a high-fat or normal fat diet for 10 weeks. Throughout dietary treatment, we measure the amount of fat in their bodies, much like getting an MRI scan. We found that females on a high-fat diet have more fat than ones on a normal fat diet. To test how many immune cells are in their fat tissue, we have a special technique. Each immune cell on its surface has a unique identifier, much like a fingerprint. We create a tracker that's the exact match for that immune cell's fingerprint. When the tracker encounters the immune cell, they bind and that gives off a fluorescent signal. By measuring the intensity of that signal, we can determine how many immune cells are in that tissue. We found that females on a high-fat diet have more immune cells in their fat than ones on a normal fat diet. Decreasing the amount of fat we consume will keep our hearts healthy. But this is not always possible, especially if you're someone who does not have access to these healthier foods. Also, if you're someone who already has one of these heart and blood vessel diseases, decreasing your fat intake will not help your condition. Instead, my research gives us another way to fight back. We can target the unwanted immune cell activity in the fat and stop its action. By doing this, we can decrease the amount of our loved ones burdened by heart and blood vessel diseases.